Welcome to another tutorial. It's coming up for Christmas or possibly some other special occasion that you might have, and so therefore it's time to make some cards. Now if you're like me, when I got married I didn't have any money to be able to pay for the invitation cards, and so I developed a technique of a cross between a French marquetry and a rice pattern, and I came up with this sort of technique. It's using wood shavings, because at the time I was working in a carpentry and I decided to combine the techniques and came up with this technique. So I'll show you how to do that now. Now the first thing you're going to need is some wood shavings. You can make your own, or maybe you know a carpenter that can make some for you. You're going to take maybe 3 different colors of wood, darker, medium and light, and whichever way you might want to glue it to a piece of wood like I have here, or you can just stick it straight in and use your sharp plane to be able to get nice looking wood shavings. The next thing is you're going to take a whole bunch of old photocopy papers and cut them all to exactly the same size. If you've got a guillotine, that really works well. Then you put them down one after the other on top of each other, because we're going to do a whole bunch of these, layering them so that they're like a doorstep. This is going to save you a lot of time in the future just by gluing them together. We're going to make a little booklet to be able to glue our stuff to. Then take your glue, maybe 50-50 water, and paint the whole lot like that, and then we're going to lay them one on top of the other. 1, 2, 3, and then the top one, the 4th one, is not going to have glue, so that now you're going to get a little booklet with 4 little pages. Okay. Now on the top page you can either draw your figure that you're going to do, or you can take make some stencils and put it into a right angle board, so that you're going to make a series of them, and in this case it's going to be a bird. And once I've got all those set, remove that one and then put another one in to complete my design. So eventually you will have your design onto your page. Now you can trim that a little bit just to get rid of any excess paper, but you want to make sure that you do not break that hinge. So here's one here. The next thing to do is open up your page, and then you're going to start gluing your wood shavings. Totally paint it with glue, then lay your wood shaving on and butt the next one up to it, and it will give a little bit, just making, if you've made good wood shavings, then it will go very nicely, one will butt into the other. If your block of wood initially is going to be nice and clean, it will come together very nicely. Then you're going to do the same thing in all 3 colors. 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors, and you'll have your drawing on the top. Put it under some pressure and let it dry, and you're ready to start the next part. So after it's dried, you've got your little booklet with all of your layers of stuff, and you notice that you don't have to have it everywhere. You can have it just on the places where your design is at. Then you're going to take your scissors, and this is where you don't want to have your windows open so that the wind's blowing around, and you want to be very orderly so that you don't lose any pieces, because now comes the part where it's a big jigsaw puzzle. Now make sure that everything is kept nice and together, and you're going to start cutting all of the 3 or all the 4 layers all at the same time without moving them, so that you're going to get 3 pieces. For example, if I'm going to cut the tail out here, if I get 3 tail pieces, I'm going to get 3 exactly the same. 1 dark, 1 light, 1 medium, and I'm going to also get the paper bit. And making sure that I come from the back end here, move towards my hinge. And you never want to cut around and cut your hinge off, because then everything is going to fall to pieces. So now by the end of it, you should have 3 of everything. And if you don't have 3 of everything, plus you'll have the leftover bits. And if you don't have a piece, and you sneezed or something and lost a piece, well, you can still take one of the white bits, glue it onto another piece of offcut, and very carefully cut around that and make yourself a new replacement piece. But hopefully you'll have all of your pieces together. The next thing is to take some of those offcut pieces of paper and start cutting up a whole bunch of little pieces of paper that you're going to use little sticky tabs to join things together. Then you're going to take pieces of your bird, and you're going to take different colors and coordinate them. For example, I'm going to take a middle color body, wing, and then a dark piece of the breast here. Then take the middle-sized piece of, mid-tone, that piece there. Then a dark piece of that one there. Now the good thing is that you do get 3 figures all in the one process, so that it's relatively economic. Now this is the most work-intensive part, is assembling them. Separate them out and then assembling them. Each piece you've got to turn over, and then take a little piece of that paper that you had and some glue, and you're going to paint the glue, and then you're going to painstakingly join them together. So eventually you're going to get your whole figure together. And after a few of the birds of your figure, you'll figure out the best method and the best order of sticking them together that suits you. So now we have our little figure in wood shavings, and then you can take some recycled paper, which is something for another tutorial. Paint the back side of that nicely with glue all over it, and then you can stick it onto your paper. And with the recycled paper, you only need to paint around the borders, because if you paint the whole thing, it will distort, and maybe a little blob in the middle. Take your card, carefully position it, and there you have your 3 cards, all one after the other. It's very nice ones. You can change your design however you like. Merry Christmas!